Okay, so today we're in solving systems of linear equations by substitution. What do you guys think of when you hear the word substitution? What do y'all think of? Okay, to be replaced, right? So like in sports, right? We like put in a sub, right? In basketball, you put in a sub, you've got your starters and then you've got your subs. Teachers, right? Teachers have subs. You guys hate it when subs are in, right? Okay, it depends on the teacher. Yeah. Okay, so a substitute takes the place of something else. You're going to see a similarity today with substitution to basically what that word means. So you solve substitution when either X or Y. So you don't have, it doesn't matter which one you solve first. It's which one is the easiest to solve first. And you'll see more when I'm talking about in a second. You want it to get it by itself on one side of the equation. All right, so in example 1, we have y equals 2x minus 4 and 7x minus 2y equals 5. All right, what format is the first equation written in?
Y equals mx plus.
Okay, slope-intercept. Slope-intercept. What format is the second one written in? Standard form. Now, that doesn't have a whole lot to do with this example, but for midterms, you do need to be able to recognize those formats pretty easily, okay? All right, so I recognize that in the first equation, y is by itself on one side. Does everybody see that? Okay, all right, so what I'm going to do, all right, before I actually do this substitution, I want to just give you an alternate scenario, okay? What if I were to tell you, all right, this doesn't have anything to do with the equation up top. What if I were to tell you that y equals 5? Don't write this down, okay? Y equals 5. Could you plug in 5 for y on the other equation pretty easily? If I said y equals 5. Yeah, you could. You're making a substitution when you do that. So instead of saying y equals 5, I'm telling you that y equals 2x minus 4. Y equals 2x minus 4. Guys, pay attention, okay? So you're going to plug that in for y on the other equation. That's the substitution, okay? So y equals 2x minus 4. I plug it in for y on the other equation. This is what it looks like. 7x minus 2. But now instead of the y, I'm going to plug in this expression that y equaled in the first equation. Okay, so 2x minus 4 goes in parentheses. And then I bring down the rest. Okay, see what I did there? Now, and this is why I did that. I can only solve for one variable at a time. Can everybody see this? Okay, so now, what's the only variable in my equation? Look up here. It's a x. So now I can solve for x. All right, distributive property. You guys are dead today. Y'all are like real zoned out. Okay, distributive property is next. All right, negative 2 times 2x. What's negative 2 times 2x? Negative 4x. So 7x minus 4x. What's negative 2 times negative 4? Plus 8 equals 5. Okay, now, same side of the equation. You guys, some of y'all struggle with this on your test on Wednesday. When the variables are on the same side of the equation, you combine like terms. All right, what's 7x minus 4x? 3x. All right, Colin. 3x plus 8 equals 5. All right, so now you're just solving a two-step equation. Josh, what do you think you would do next? 3x plus 8 equals 5.
Subtract 8 on each side.
Very good. Subtract 8 on each side. All right. 3x equals negative 3. All right. Then what do? What comes last, guys? Divide both sides by 3. So x equals negative 1. Remember what our solution looks like. Our solution is an ordered pair. So the solution, the x value is negative 1. Now I'm going to take this x value And I can plug it into either this equation or this equation to solve for y. Which equation do you think would be easier to solve for y?
Y equals 2.
The first one. All right, that's a no-brainer because y is already by itself. So I'm going to plug -1 in for x on the first equation. So y equals 2 times -1 minus 4. What's 2 times -1? -2 minus 4 is what? -6. So that gets filled in for y in the ordered pair, and that is my solution. Okay? So it's not that any one step is just really difficult, okay? It's just a lot of steps. We just got to take one step at a time. All right? Now, here's the goal for the next problem that we're going to do. I just want you to be a little bit better on the next one than you were on this one, okay? As long as you get a little bit better, you're going to be like the kids in second hour, and by the end, they did one of these by themselves, okay? It's just going to take some practice. That's why you have lots of practice problems in your notes, okay? All right, let's look at this next one. What do you notice that's different about this system? What do you guys notice? Just tell me. What do y'all notice? They're not in slope-intercept form, and the first equation, which variable is isolated or by itself? X, okay? So remember what I just said a couple minutes ago. It doesn't matter which one you solve first. Whichever one is easiest to get by itself, in this case, X is already by itself, solve for X first. Does that make sense? Okay? So just like we said that, X could equal 5 and I could plug in 5 for X, what does X equal in this system? X equals what? 5y plus 3. So you're going to take this, what X equals, and plug it in for X on the other equation. All right, so we're going to do that. We're going to take 5y plus 3 and plug it in for X on the other equation. So we have 2 times 5y plus 3 plus 4y. Does everybody understand where my X went? Because I did have an X in the original, but now I have the 5y plus 3. Okay? All right, go ahead and do distributive property. Oh, I forgot the equals. Equals -1. Okay? All right, go ahead and do your distributive property and keep solving. Okay, all right. It's just distributive property. What's 2 times 5y?
So, how do you get the formula?
All right, 10y. It is no formula. 2 times 3 is what? 6. Plus 4y equals -1. All right, so now on the same side of the equation, we see 10y plus 4y. When they're on the same side of the equation, guys, you combine like terms. Combine like terms. Okay? So you get 14y plus 6 equals -1. Now what do?
Then you subtract 6 on both sides.
Subtract 6 on both sides. 14y equals -7. And then what do?
Divide by 14.
Yes, divide both sides by 14. Y equals -1/2. Or you could say -0.5. Either one. Now, what do you do with that? What do you do with that? You're going to plug it back in. Are you going to plug it back in on the first one or the second one? Definitely the first one, guys. Because for the y value, you can just plug it right in here and multiply it by 5. So X equals 5 times -0.5 plus 3. Okay? So what's half of 5? What's half of 5? 2.5, and then we make it negative. X equals -2.5 plus 3. All right, what's negative 2.5 plus 3? Half, 0.5. X equals 0.5. So what is my solution? So I did all this work, and now what is my solution? All right, what's my ordered pair? 0.5 and negative 0.5. Put it in an ordered pair. And negative 0.5. If you do it as fractions, that's fine also. That's fine too. Stop. All right, any questions? Rome?
I'll put the negative first. No.
Because the X value comes first in the ordered pair, and that was positive. The Y value comes second, and that one was negative. Okay, so the order definitely does matter in the ordered pair. All right, X equals 4Y, and then X plus 4Y equals negative 8. All right, so what do you guys notice about this problem? What do you guys notice? Does one of the equations have X or Y solved for by itself?
Miss Kinder,
Yes.
could you send Braid and Stanley to the S7 office to go home?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, so which equation has X or Y solved for? Which one, guys? The first one, right? It says X equals 4Y. So if X equals 4Y, I can take that and plug it in 4X on the other equation. All right, that's the substitution. If X is 4Y equals 4Y, then I can plug that in 4X on the other one. That's how the substitution works. Okay, so take that value, plug it in, and solve for Y. Go ahead and do that. I want to see who can do that before I put it up here. All right, guys, X equals 4Y. Look here. If X equals 4Y, that means I can plug that in 4X on the other equation. Okay, so now 4Y plus 4Y equals negative 8. What is 4Y plus 4Y? 8Y equals negative 8. Divide both sides by what? 8. Y equals negative 1. Now what do I do from there? Because that's only half of my answer. What do I do? All right, plug it in up here for Y. So now X equals 4 times negative 1. And what does X equal? Negative 4. X equals negative 4. Put it together in an ordered pair. Negative 4, negative 1. All right. Did you guys do better on that one than you did on the one before? Okay. You've got to make progress. If you're not making progress, if you're just stalled out, it doesn't matter if I do 10 of these. Okay. You've got to start putting these pieces together. So substitution says that I can take one equation, solve for X or Y, and plug that in for the other one. Okay. So on this equation, what do you notice? What do you notice? They're both solved for Y. So it doesn't matter. You can plug in either way. Okay? You could say X minus 8 and plug that in for Y on this one. Or you could say 2X minus 14 and plug it in for Y on the other one. Okay? It doesn't matter. So let's just take the first one. Y equals X minus 8. Where do I plug it in on the other equation? I plug it in for what?
Y equals 2x.
For Y. Okay? So now we rewrite the second equation. We plug that in. See if you can rewrite it.
What? I can rewrite it. Oh, I know it now.
Guys, Y equals X minus 8. You take what Y equals and you plug it in for Y on the other equation. Okay? So it's going to be X minus 8 equals what? Say it with me. 2x minus 14. Now you have something different happening on this one. What do you see about your variables? They're on either side of the equation. So can you just combine them together? No, you need to move which one? The lower value, which is which one? 1x. 1x. So how can I move 1x to the other side of the equation? Minus the 1x. All right, so that cancels it on the left side, and I subtract it from the right side. All right, now let's bring everything down. Negative 8 equals 1x minus 14. Negative 8 equals 1x minus 14. All right, what's my next step?
Negative 8 minus 14.
Not minus 14, it's already subtracting. Add 14. Okay, keep solving, and then I want you to plug it back in and solve for y. All right, so we add 14. You might not like it, but you guys are getting better at it. Okay, you add 14 to both sides. 6 equals x, or you could say x equals 6, either one. All right, now take your 6 and plug it back in. Y equals 6 minus 8. Y equals negative 2. All right, did you put 6, negative 2? Did you guys get 6, negative 2? If you messed up, do you see where you messed up? Okay. All right, let's do this next one. All right. Check out the system. All right, look at it. I want to see who can get step 1. We've done 3 of these together now, 3 or 4 of them. Okay. I want to see who can get the very first step. The first step is the hardest step. And then after that, it's just kind of just following the process. All right, who can get the first step before I tell you? All right, so x equals 2y plus 7. So if x equals 2y plus 7, I can plug it in 4x on the other equation. So 3 times 2x plus 7. And now I'm going to bring down the rest of the equation. Pay attention. Pay attention. All right, walk me through it. What's 3 times 2x? 6x plus 21. Wait, hold on. It is y. It is y. It's y, guys. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. Sorry, Lila. 6y plus 21 minus 2y equals 3. What's 6y minus 2y? 4y plus 21 equals 3. Now what do I do? Come on, talk me through it. Minus 21. What is 3 minus 21?
Negative 18.
Yes, negative 18. Divide by 4.
Equals negative 4.5.
All right. Who got negative 4.5? Come on. All right, we're getting better. We're getting better. Now, what do you do with negative 4.5? What do? You take it back and you plug it in for y on the other equation. So, x equals 2 times negative 4.5 plus 7. What's 2 times negative 4.5? Negative 9 plus 7. All right, what's negative 9 plus 7?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. You were close. You were close. All right, so the answer is negative 2 and negative 4.5. Oh, forgot my parentheses. It's an ordered pair. Okay? All right, so this one takes a few more practices to get it, to really get it good, than some of the other concepts, but we're just going to keep working on it. You don't have homework over the weekend. You're not ready for homework yet, okay?
Yes.
So, anyway, so that's going to be it, at least for today's lesson.